Johan Cruyff. We're here for the final game of matchday 5 in La Liga EA Sports as Barcelona host Getafe. For the second week in a row, we're at Barcelona's training complex as they wait for the Camp Nou to be ready to host games. Last week saw them absolutely demolish Valencia 6-0 here, so the small but noisy crowd will be hoping for more of the same. Getafe, meanwhile, are enjoying their best ever start to a La Liga campaign and want to continue to make history tonight. They've never won a league game away to Barcelona. I'm Phil Kitchener-Leadys. Terry Gibson alongside me tonight. Terry, Barca start tonight's game 5 points behind leaders Real Madrid, and they're up against extremely awkward opposition in Getafe.
Yes, Phil, when you look at both games last season, they won the home game by a goal, 1-0. They drew against Getafe as well. Getafe have been difficult to beat, difficult opponents for most teams in that league, let's be honest, but in particular for Barcelona, but not when they've been playing away from home. So that's the big issue for Getafe. Do they have the belief? Some new players in the squad. Barcelona have made rotations as well. Anthony Flick making 4 changes from the team that beat Newcastle impressively in the week. And both teams, I think this suits Getafe playing in this stadium rather than playing at the Camp Nou or playing at Montjuic, playing at the training ground stadium with a capacity of 6,000 in the pouring rain. It's a Getafe type of feeling. There's a mood, isn't it? A vibe. The Barcelona showed in their last game against Valencia that they made light work of playing in these surroundings.
It has been torrentially raining in this part of Catalonia. For the last 3 hours or so, there were suggestions, rumours that the game might be under threat. Then the rain stopped for a bit and those rumours went away. Now it's started again, but we think it should be absolutely fine to go ahead and to be able to finish as well. The pitch is absolutely immaculate. The surface is really good here at the Estadio Johan Cruyff. And we are very close to kick off in the final game on matchday 5. As we said, Barcelona starting 5 points behind leaders Real Madrid, who are the only side with a 100% record at the start of this season. If Getafe were to win today, they would move above Barcelona, but that's a big if.
It's a big if, but not impossible. As I said, 1-1 last season. And games that Barcelona didn't enjoy, clearly didn't enjoy. They don't enjoy playing against the style tactics of Jose Borges, but that's what Borges does. That's why he keeps Getafe in the top division with a fraction of the budget that Barcelona, Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid having one of the lowest budgets in the league. I think they've got 6 slots available in their 25-man squad that they haven't filled. Hence the reason Alonio's a late addition coming back to the club after being released. So it's horses for courses you work with. What you've got, Borges does that fantastically well.
Let's take you through the starting 11s then. There are 5 changes from the side that beat Valencia here 6-0 last weekend. There is still no Lamine Yamal. He remains out injured. There is, though, a first league start of the season for a certain Robert Lewandowski, who leads the attack. Ferran Torres keeps his place in the starting 11, although we expect him to be pushed a little bit out wide with the introduction of Lewandowski.
Yeah, that would make sense. It depends yet. I'm interested to see whether he's on the right or the left. See where Rafinha plays as well. No doubt that Lewandowski's going to be out. I mean, there was no chance of Lewandowski playing out wide, so hence the reason we both think, and everybody thinks, that Ferran Torres is going to play in an attacking wide position.
We saw Pedri still in the starting 11. At some point he's going to have to rest during the season, but tonight is not that night. The magician in the middle of the field for Barcelona, as the 2 coaches greet each other. And this is the Getafe side. They are unchanged from the team that won 2-0 over Real Oviedo last weekend. A back 5 for them. Gene, Domingos Duarte and Abkar are the 3 centre-backs. Kiko Femini and Diego Rico are the full-backs. Mario Martin, Luis Milla and Maro Arambari, with Adrian Liso and Borja Mayoral leading the line tonight. There is Luis Milla. We talk about the magician in midfield for Barcelona. He's the main man for Getafe.
He is, and it's a similar setup to Valencia. Slight change. Valencia went 5-4-1. Getafe do play 5-3, and they do leave the 2 up front. Whether Adrian Liso will stay up, I certainly think Borja Mayoral will be the pivot in terms of the main focal point of attack. Liso might drop deeper, but if they leave 2 up, they do play with courage. That would be interesting how Barcelona with that.
We are underway then at the Estadio Johan Cruyff. Getafe are in their change, all yellow strip. Barcelona in their traditional colours. Opening 4 games for Getafe, their best ever start to a La Liga season. Chipped over the top by Luis Milla. Here's Dani Olmo into the starting 11 for only the 2nd time this season. 1 or 2 question marks about him from what we've seen this campaign. Not just his own performances, which haven't been at the highest level, but also the fact that the guy who's taken his place, Fermin Lopez, has been so good.
Yeah, particularly in the last game against Valencia, and 1 or 2 noises of discontent from Dani Olmo that he's not playing on a more regular basis. Big money signing, of course. They've been to a lot of trouble to get him. But it is competitive to play in that number 10 position between him and Fermin Lopez. Rafinha fancies it, Marcus Rashford fancies it, Pedri can play there, Gavi can play there.
And lots been made, of course, about the Barcelona high line, but watch out for Getafe, because though they are a defensive side, their line isn't as deep as you might think. They do try and press up the pitch.
I was going to say it's not as high as Barcelona's, but then again, no one's line is as high as Barcelona's. But no, they do. They keep the team, as you can see now. Look at how compact they are.
There's Gerard Martin looking for Ferran. There's Christensen advancing down the left-hand side and winning a corner.
It's excellent play from Barcelona, because everybody is back behind the ball, and then Christensen and Eric Garcia can come out the back of the ball, go into midfield. In that case, Christensen getting into the final third, earning his team a corner. No need for him to rush back. He'll be one of the prominent players in the penalty box when he's ready.
Taken short to Pedri. The Young, Olmo, and towards Lewandowski, headed away, and as far as Rafinha. It's a wild lunge from Mario Martin. And he is apologetic and perhaps a little relieved. And I was going to say he's going to escape a yellow card, he doesn't.
Yeah. Pedri is one of the few players that complained there that the referee didn't allow the advantage, because he felt it was an advantage 25 yards from goal. He was just weighing up the situation, whether it was going to be a pass. I think he was lining himself up for a shot as the referee blew the whistle, but a clear foul. Pressure for Mario Martins. He needs to be tenacious in midfield, at the very least.
I won't say that's the challenge of a player on loan from Real Madrid against Barcelona, but...
No, it was a genuine challenge, genuine attempt, wasn't it? But they just got there before.
Here is Rafinha. Didn't quite work out that move. Rafinha was actually quite close to the referee when he took that shot on.
Oh, the referee is quite close to Rafinha, I think. Yeah, that's an error from the referee in terms of his position there. Whether that was works on the training field, or whether just 3 players with 3 smart players coming up with something there, almost worked. It's fancy Rafinha from that distance. Time wasting the accusations already.
Well, there is this concept in the certainly the English language world of football of the dark arts. Playing to the limit is what they call it in Spanish, I think, and they do play to the limit, Getafe. Rafinha catching his ankle. It's his 150th appearance in all competitions for Barcelona. Rafinha, 55 goals and 57 assists in those 150 games. I mean, the majority of those came last season. jump in quality and importance from one season to another from Rafinha was absolutely staggering.
He got 18 goals back in 2017-18 for Gimares. Only double figures. Only got 11. That was the next best. And then last season, 34 and 57. It just doesn't bear any resemblance to what we saw before.
We see Domingos Duarte, as we said, pressing high up there, putting Lewandowski under pressure. Getafe currently top 5 in La Liga for recoveries in the opponent's half. Here's Pedri. Koundé. Rafinha. He got past Rico, but not Genet. In the end, it came off Rafinha. It's behind for a goal kick. It's a bit quieter than it was last weekend here. We had 290 Valencia fans in the stadium last weekend who contributed to the atmosphere to begin with, and then they started getting a little bit quieter. No official figures on how many Getafe fans are in the stadium, but it's less than 290.
Barcelona will be desperate to get off to a good start, to get off to a winning start as well, because Getafe do irritate them. It's pure and simple as that. The last few games have been, we talked about the dark arts, but it's not just about that. It's about Getafe doing what they're allowed to do within the laws of the game, and Bordalas knows that. They're aggressive. They play completely different to what we saw from Valencia. They've had more attacking play than Valencia already. They've won the ball more in the attacking half of the pitch than Valencia did in 90 minutes last week. Valencia just had the back 5, midfield 4, left their striker a million miles away from anyone else, and they just sat deep.
Here is Pedri. Gerard Martin to his left, pulls it back to Ferran. Nice opening there for Barcelona. The foul on Gerard Martin.
There's Kiko Femenia.
Former
back against wingback.
Yes, former Barca B man, Kiko Femenia, so he will know this stadium pretty well. A select handful of players who have played for both Barcelona and Getafe. There aren't too many. That's the years. Olmo under pressure from Genet. Of course, Barcelona were in action on Thursday night in the Champions League. Away to Newcastle, physical, demanding game there. Getafe have had all week to prepare for this one. Rafinha sets off on a run and leaves space for Koundé. De Jong. Here is Pedri, who attracted a number of high-profile international admirers with his performance in Newcastle. So attempting to get on the end of that. Pretty well. And Liso.
You have to be patient as one of the strikers playing away from home against Barcelona. Even if there's two of the Liso hasn't been involved in the game. Mayoral has had 1 or 2 touches. But you have to be patient, and when the chance comes, try and make the most of it. Your goalkeeper has to have a blinder. The defenders have to be error-free, if possible. And you hope if any chances come to the way of your strikers that they convert them, that they're efficient. All those things come together, you have a chance, and it can happen, it does happen. It happens often in football, underdogs get surprising victories. Set pieces will be a route to goal for Bordalás's team, as always. They're committing players in now. Barcelona having to get back and defend.
There is La Liga's leading assist provider so far this season, Luis Milla, with 4. Chipping it into the back post.
It's because he takes set pieces, I would imagine.
And very well.
Yeah.
Here's Rafinha, looking to skip past Rico. No foul. It wasn't as if a advantage was played there. The referee didn't deem that a foul on Rafinha.
He actually jumped before the challenge, doesn't he, to avoid it?
Olmo.
Crowd are playing their part, aren't they? Getting on the back of the referee for every challenge that Getafe make. That's a foul.
That is a foul, and then he...
Not sure who, but in the end I think 2 of them fouled Dani Olmo.
Still no Lamine Yamal or Alejandro Balde. No Gavi either, and Ter Stegen. And another foul, and this stop-start nature of the game will suit Getafe pretty nicely.
Oh, exactly. And Lewandowski claiming his innocence there. I think it's time to go for the challenge. Abdel Adkar is the centre-back.
Olmo finding Ferran. They are now out to Adrian Liso. Dispossessed. They're trying to win the ball back. It's been there once again.
Eyes on the back of his head there, but you had the wing mirrors on.
Ferran. Here's Pedri, urged to shoot. Instead trying to thread the pass through to Ferran.
This last ditch defending from Getafe. That's going to be the case throughout the 90 minutes. Throwing himself into tackles, throwing themselves into block crosses, to block shots, try and track runners.
Possession gifted back to Barcelona. Ferran is down.
Here's Adkar again.
Yes.
Knocked him over, apologising. Not sure if it was accidental. I'm suspicious.
Here's Rafinha. Lovely run, which is spotted from Dani Olmo. Pulls it back. Ferran. Perfection from Barcelona. It is a stunning opening goal. Dani Olmo with the assist, Ferran Torres with the finish. And Barca make an early breakthrough.
Oh, so much to admire about this goal. How to break down, perfect example how to break down a packed defence, a team that's dropping deep, loads of bodies back behind the ball, the numbers are there for Getafe, and in normal circumstances they deal with this type of attack. But when Barcelona have the quality, you see Frankie de Jong, this ball from Rafinha is delicious. In behind, Dani Olmo, at first you're thinking, could he have taken that, got his shot away, but the touch allows him, again like Pedri, eyes in the back of his head, knows that Ferran Torres is in the perfect position. It's a glorious back heel, and all it needs is Ferran Torres to apply the finishing touch. And let me tell you, that's not easy either. He's under pressure, players closing him down. He's got to try and beat the goalkeeper. It's not good enough just to hit the target, and he does exactly that. That's a super goal from Barcelona.
Third league goal of the season for Ferran Torres. He scored 10 in the whole of the previous campaign. He's started every game, and you can see why. And he spoke, Terry, about the importance of getting themselves in front, Barcelona, just to avoid the frustration that can set in when you're up against a team like Getafe. And here is Liso. An early breakthrough for Barcelona could prove crucial. Here is Ferran Torres once again.
They scored a goal around a similar time last season at home against Getafe and didn't score again.
Yes.
So it's not expected that Getafe crumble.
Robert Lewandowski scored last season, the only goal of the game. Getafe actually had some decent chances in the second period. Not the most convincing bit of defending there between Eric Garcia and Joan Garcia. It's interesting to witness the evolving status of Eric Garcia and Ferran Torres in this Barcelona starting 11. Very much squad players last season. First choice at the moment. Although the season is long, there are many games. I'm sure they'll come in and out of the starting 11, but they're already getting a lot more minutes than they did last season.
And they're both dependable, aren't they? Eric Garcia can play numerous positions as well. I had my doubts whether he was sufficient standard to play for Barcelona. I think he clearly is. I think he's really useful to have in the squad. And Ferran Torres was the backup striker in all three positions last season and contributed to the many goals that Barcelona scored. 174 in all comps last season, which is ridiculous. 60 games, even my mathematics, it's almost 3 a game. They're averaging 3 a game already this season.
He's Liso. Recovering the challenge from Barcelona's number 8, back defending. Diego Rico had made the run forward there for Getafe. He was all alone if Liso could have found him. Getafe have been scoring this season. 6 goals in their 4 games. They've scored twice in 3 of their 4 matches. They were the second lowest scorers last season, 34 goals. Only Valladolid scored fewer. And they lost a quarter of those goals with Ramon Terrats and Cristantos Uche leaving the club. And still, they've been finding the back of the net this season and made their best ever start. Just another example of the miracle of Getafe and what Jose Bordalas has been able to do with them. Here is Frankie de Jong. Cheney. Martin running into trouble. battling with Rafinha. And that pass for Rafinha for the goal. He doesn't get credited in any statistics. It's not an assist, it's not a goal, but absolutely superb.
It wasn't a bad assist in the end, though, from Danny Olmo, was it?
Yes.
The back heel.
Koundé. This ball picked up by Arambari. Femenia to Liso.
He's been a fabulous acquisition, hasn't he? Adrian Liso. Coming down on loan from Zaragoza.
Ball over the top. Chiney just about cuts it out. Here is Rafinha. Ball just wouldn't drop. It's still in. Yeah, that's been called out.
Liso's interesting. He's got 6 goals in 52 games for Zaragoza in the second division. 3 and 4 for Getafe in La Liga. Hopefully he can sustain this blistering start he's had to his career in La Liga.
Seems to be another example of José Bordalas being able to take a player and convert him into a slightly different position, because he was playing as a winger for Zaragoza, and now he seems to be an out-and-out striker or second striker alongside Uche at the start of the season now, Borja Mayoral. And he's done that with lots of players at Bordalas. They start off in one position with him, and he sees something in them, and Cristantos Uche, who's joined Crystal Palace for big money. He was a defensive midfielder when they signed him, and he's a striker now.
He was in an emergency, wasn't he?
Yes.
First game he was at an athletic club and scored. That's
But he just stayed there.
Yeah. I wonder if when he went to Palace he actually said to them, "No, I'm a midfield player."
It was Jenny. Sorry, getting rid of it. Didn't appreciate that back pass though.
And an apology from his teammate as well. So. And then he dropped him in it there.
Olmo. De Jong back to Christensen. That goal hasn't necessarily changed the style of the game. Didn't expect it to. I think we'll keep doing what they are doing. Here's Gerard Martin, Ferran. Misplaced pass picked up by Arambari. Olmo. Feels like Danny Olmo might have something of a point to prove. He's seemingly enjoying himself tonight at the moment. Finger dispossessed. Rico draws the foul. He was looking to see where Borja Mayoral was, and as he was thinking about playing that pass, Rafinha fouled him.
That was born out of frustration, and it should be a yellow card. And that's the point Bordalas is making. He has a point as well.
He's making it certainly Not quite as politely as you were.
No, it was a wild British challenge from Rafinha. No need to make that type of challenge. And I agree with Getafe there. That should have been a caution for the Brazilian. What better his coach there, because they're in control, they've been in the game. It was a challenge that came out of anger almost from Rafinha. Danny Olmo is key tonight. I mean, he's got that impossible job of trying to find space between the midfield players of Getafe and the defenders. There isn't a lot of space, there isn't going to be an awful lot of space, but as we saw, that running behind at the back heel, the quality he has, a few more glimpses of that, and that will suit Hansi Flick's team.
Something with the clearance. It's back with Pedri.
The combination play between Pedri and De Jong is ridiculous. The amount of times they must pass the ball to each other during the game.
Here's Ferran Torres.
There we go.
You keep count.
No, it's yeah.
Here's Olmo. Olmo. Pedri in support. Christensen. Here is Pedri. Lewandowski's calling for it. And he was inches away from making it 2-0 to Barcelona.
He pops up out of nowhere, Pedri, doesn't he, there, because he's controlling things in that attacking midfield position, and then suddenly makes a dancing run in behind. He's not picked up, and Lewandowski, he knows he has to get some contact on that. I don't think you can accuse Pedri of putting too much pace on it. The pace had to be on the cross to avoid the defenders. But those two in midfield, they're two individually brilliant footballers. But the strength to Barcelona in the last 12 months is because of their understanding. And you have two players of that quality enjoying playing alongside each other with the intelligence they have as well. It's so key for Barcelona, so I'm not surprised when there are rotations made that Hansi Flick tries to still keep these two together in midfield.
There is Pedri in. Lewandowski just stopped his run.
De Jong was asked, wasn't he, about Lamine Yamal, Rafinha, when the Ballon d'Or, and he went, well, and Pedri. Pedri's in the... And I think you saw with a smile he had on his face how much he's enjoying playing alongside Pedri in Barcelona's midfield.
Pedri played more minutes in the league for Barcelona last season than any other player. He's going to play a lot this season as well.
Well, we hope. Those who enjoy watching football, enjoy watching super talent, and we hope he's fit. I'm glad I didn't start counting those passes between De Jong and Pedri. Sure someone is.
Someone is, I'm sure. Yeah. Someone. A space here for Olmo.
Good movement from Ferran Torres, but I'm not sure it was the right movement. It kind of closes down the space there. It got a bit too crowded.
Mia for Getafe.
He's not playing out and out wide, is he?
No.
Ferran Torres. I mean, the goal is he's playing down the middle. Starting position is out wide, but he's getting himself in across defenders, getting across the three central defenders at times. At times Lewandowski will enjoy the company, but at times he'll be leaving that space free for him to move into, and suddenly Ferran Torres gets in it. You just can clock it, you can clock it up a bit.
Well, Ferran seems to be playing in a similar height and position to Olmo. It's almost like we're back to that four-box midfield for Barcelona, which we saw under Xavi Hernandez. Two behind and then two up ahead of them. There's a clear handball from Diego Rico.
NFL, take your pick. There's no sign of Barcelona just lumping this in the boxes there and filling the penalty area with big players. Make sure they keep the ball. Another infringement here. Not sure. That's right. Here's Rafinha. Should have got booked earlier, but
yeah.
This needs an explanation, doesn't it?
For taking too long.
But they're winning, so why would they want to waste time?
I felt like he was expecting, he wanted Diego Rico to go a bit further back, so that's why he didn't take the free kick, and he was waiting and he was waiting.
And then took it, and then the ref stopped the game and wasted more time.
Yellow card to Rafinha, the upshot of all that.
He deserved one earlier anyway.
Yeah. It's Gerard Martin. Pedri. Christensen. To Pedri once again.
So much concentration needed from Getafe. They can get back behind the ball. They can be marking players. Dani Olmo again tries a little clever flick to play in a teammate. Communication is key. Passing on players and tracking players, and hard work is very key as well. 6 players and 13 over in this, can they last 90 minutes? They've got the know-how. I think we're all assuming that the training is quite physical at Getafe, pre-season, and more or less works them hard. But you're not, this isn't normal that you're chasing the ball as much as you are when you play Barcelona. Now, Aaron Barry's a superb player, but we haven't not mentioned him in this game. He's just been chasing people, tackling people.
And from Luis Milla, and it's headed well clear by Dani Olmo to Diego Rico. Now a chance for Rafinha. The flag stays down. Ferran Torres. Now is the flag going to go up? Well, it hasn't.
It hasn't. I thought he was.
Yes.
And I assumed that we know full well that he's going to be checked.
Well, everybody stops.
And Ferran Torres almost stopped.
Yes.
Which is a giveaway, but he looked surprised when he finished off the chance and glanced across. Kind of assumed now, we will see, and this is a...
Well,
no, he's in his own half. Rafinha's in his own half. That's why. Torres, I think, is in an onside position there. I thought he was going to chip the goalkeeper. But again, it's a lovely finish. He gives the eyes, doesn't he? Because it looks as if he's going to go to Soria's left. And just wraps his foot around the ball. He's not offside there. He must admit, he loves a lot of people. I thought Rafinha was in an offside position. He almost stopped, didn't he, Rafinha, and thought, am I offside? Do I leave it and hope Ferran Torres gets it? When Ferran Torres wasn't going to get there, Rafinha thought, oh, I may as well touch it. And that's where it transpired, and it's the second goal for Barcelona. hoof down the pitch, long ball football from Barcelona, direct play. But it did pay off.
It was an incredibly confident
they're
finish.
hammering it now, aren't they? Even Joan Garcia just whacking it down the pitch.
Well, statistically, Getafe play the highest number of long balls per game and Barcelona the lowest.
It was tongue-in-cheek. I didn't mean the Barcelona was something to
But
now that's a relief for Barcelona.
yes,
The second goal is key. It's something they haven't been able to do on a regular basis against this team. Yes, they were delighted they can have that breakthrough to get the first goal. Now with the second from the prolific Ferran Torres, they really might start to look as if they can play with ease, a little bit more freedom. Spells trouble for Getafe. There's the first goal, a wonderful back heel from Dani Olmo. You can be organised, you can do anything wrong, you can be tactically set up. No one did anything wrong there for Getafe. There's no fault there, it's just quality that costs a lot of money to buy, to pay on a weekly basis, and that's the difference. You just hold your hands up and say, there's nothing we can do there. The second goal, yeah, that's a whole different scenario.
it might be too early in the game to start thinking about this, but if Barcelona were to get a third, then Hansi Flick might start thinking about forthcoming matches. There's a first round of midweek fixtures in La Liga coming up. Barcelona travelling to Oviedo in midweek, at home to Real Sociedad next weekend, and then it's PSG in the Champions League. Games coming thick and fast. Olmo, clever header into space for Jules Koundé.
There are obvious changes, aren't there, for Hansi Flick? We're away from that yet. 2-0 is not done and dusted. But there are obvious changes. Frenkie de Jong and Pedri, if you do go 3-0 up, then you can give those players a rest. Lewandowski needs game time. You know, it's the beginning part of the season through injury. He probably needs to stay on. Rafinha is probably one of them that you'd consider giving a break to in the later period of the game. You leave the centre-backs when if they're playing tonight, it's their opportunity.
Well, we saw Marcus Rashford warming up already.
And Rafinha's on a yellow card as well,
yes.
So he's the obvious one.
It's Ferran as well to find Olmo's in space here.
Year-old Marc Bernal is on the bench again as part of his progress and recovering from that long-term ACL injury that he got 3 games into last season. And he'd be more than useful if he can get match fit, get some playing time.
He's brought Camayo out. So Getafe tries to make us look silly discussing who Barcelona might change by pulling one back.
Oh, that should have been a free kick.
Yes.
It was blocked off, it was clear foul. Ball's not within playing distance. I think Christensen knows that kicker for many was going to get past him.
Ferran Torres getting a round of applause there for his efforts and trying to keep that ball in, but also for the goals that he scored. He takes it so early as well.
Yeah, and you can see clearly it does give the eyes, doesn't it? So he goes to his left, completely sends the goalkeeper the wrong way. and just wraps his foot around the ball and whips it in the opposite corner.
Lewandowski, the save from Soria. Rafinha was offside, so he just allowed Lewandowski to take that shot, and then Lewandowski's thrown to the floor.
I think it's Abkar again. I gave him the benefit of the doubt on the first one when he threw him to the floor.
Olmo.
I'm not sure I can give him the benefit of the doubt twice. It's kind of a coincidence that people just getting bumped over off the ball. There's one push, and there's nothing in that. The tag team there from Getafe. And then just as sharp as anything, gets away shot. Good save from David Soria. It was a joint effort, that combination of fouls there, wasn't it, from Getafe?
Abkar, a summer signing from Alaves. Slotting in to the Getafe back line. Every dancing away from Adam Barry. Olmo can't control that. Is Liso.
Liso gets the yellow card on this occasion. Probably his first foul of the game. He does catch him on the foot, but there's no intention there, is there? He's going for the ball.
Here's Ferran, he's onside. So close to the hat-trick, Ferran Torres. Again, the confidence is absolutely bubbling with Ferran Torres. Takes it first time, smashes the crossbar.
Run from deep, ball over the top, straight forward. He should score. And he missed a hat-trick last week against Valencia. Didn't score at all. Should have scored 3 goals. His finishing has been done in this game so far. He gives the thumbs up. Marvellous ball from Pedri. 2 players on the same wavelength. Run from deep. Perfectly timed pass into his path, and should have scored, should have kept it down.
Third yellow card for Getafe.
Jimmy's complaining here. He thinks that, I'm assuming he thinks he was fouled in this challenge.
Olmo was there.
Kunde doesn't do anything wrong, does he? Does Danny Olmo do anything? No.
And the yellow cards are being brandished now. Looks like Bordalas is getting a yellow card.
Someone from the Barcelona technical area as well.
Was saying something, and he was getting his mouth covered by Marc Casador. Stay calm, Ronnie. Here is Ferran. Kunde. Early ball in. Rafinha couldn't connect properly. some winning possession back. Two minutes added on at the end of the 45. Barca in complete control at the moment. And Martin gives it away to Gerard Martin. It's a loose pass from the Barcelona left back.
Yeah, the problem for Getafe in this first half is that Barcelona are in good form, aren't they? They're playing sharply in attack. They knew the type of game that this was going to be, so they've matched Getafe in terms of physicality in midfield and tenacity in midfield. They've done all that, and then they've got the greater quality, and that's been evident clearly. You're not going to change if you're Getafe. You're not going to suddenly play open, expensive football and run the risk of what happened to Valencia last week. Bordalas is a realist. He'll be looking now at just avoiding this Rafinha, who's probably should be taken off at half-time if he isn't yellow carded for that. He's already been booked. And that's why Hansi Flick is annoyed. He knows that Getafe can get under the skin. Rafinha could be in trouble here.
Yep. And it all started with a challenge from Diego Rico on Jules Koundé. There.
Again, that's not too bad, is it? You're playing against Barcelona, you want your players to put their foot in, that's all he's done there. And Rafinha's close by. They're going to do it at Getafe. Rafinha, I think he run in quickly, and Diego Rico goes crashing to the ground.
Yeah. Well, let's see what action the referee takes here.
There's too many people on the touchline nowadays. There's 21 subs. Plus all the technical staff from both teams. There's probably 50 people in and around that technical area. It's almost 10% of the capacity of this stadium. No, I'm joking. It kind of feels like that, doesn't it?
The referee says that's enough of that. Half-time at the Estadio Johan Cruyff. Barcelona leading Getafe by 2-0. Both of them scored by Ferran Torres. A commanding performance from the champions, leading Getafe 2-0 at the break.
To overcome any difficulty, you must work hand in hand as a team to overcome challenges with talent and determination. Because together, we are stronger, and together, we'll go out onto the field to win. BKT in La Liga, a winning team.
The far side, the highest quality. And we'll have our third penalty of the day. La Liga's top marksman.
Watch La Liga live on Supersport. The world's best football. It's on. This broadcast is proudly brought to you by Sportybet. Play with champions.
I see the strip in the zone. Oh, gets us down. His sprint run is over. Marco Bazzecchi is a extreme winner. We're racing here on the GP in the zone. Oh, Bezzi made a mistake. He's pulling up to an almighty fight here, Bazzecchi. It has been another Mazzano masterclass from Mark.
The world's finest riders. Live on Supersport, your world of champions. Upgrade to DSTV Premium.
Welcome once again. Lovely to have you join us on the show, Africa Sport On. You know something good is about to happen. The gentlemen in here are more than ready in an excellent mood. All of this, we'll try to unpack how things have turned out in that particular instance.
They needed somebody to go represent Nigeria. The talents are in abundance in this country. Just nurture them, give them the platform, and they'll make us proud.
This broadcast is proudly brought to you by Predator Energy Drink. Rule your kingdom.
The MTN Mega Billion promo.
For this season, but arguably the visitors this afternoon have even bigger problems because Diego Simeone's side are 10 points from leaders Real Madrid. Raspadori with the corner, pushed over the top by Leo Roman. A little bit more chooses the intention. With a shot off the post, might have got a touch there, Roman, to help it onto the frame of the goal. Touch it, because the ball is exactly in front of him. Yep. With the head. With the cross, it's only half cleared. It was that a hand? It was a hand, and it's a penalty. Well, Rayo is claiming that it hit his chest. The referee had an excellent view of it, unless he's told otherwise by Javier Iglesias, who's the video assistant referee. But he saw it close, and he's pointed to the spot. So this is the chance for Atletico Madrid to take the lead. So a chance to put Atletico Madrid into the lead, and it's been saved. Leo Roman chose well. He got across to his left, he celebrates. Julian Alvarez fails to take advantage. And it stays 0-0. Llorente goes out for a goal kick.
Which is one side. And what he wanted to do when he couldn't quite good pace. But Roman does that one very well.
Two important interventions inside the first 40 minutes for Leo Roman, saving one long shot from Barrios with his head and then keeping out Alvarez's penalty. Simeone, one in for Llorente. Llorente pulls it back, and another fine save from Leo Roman. He would have seen that very late, came off his own defender. Still hasn't been properly cleared. Barrios works it back out to Simeone. Here's Llorente once more. Three in the middle for Atletico, and hooked clear by Mateo Morel.
Making that touch. Good side.
Yep, Llorente.
Cross.
Mateo Morel. Back it comes, and the header away from Robin Lenormand. Mark Dominic tries to send it back into the penalty area. Lilleman clears once more. And the decision goes against Shorrock. Well, they both went for the ball with studs up. At least that's the way I saw it. Let's have a look at the replay.
Yeah, I think sort of got a tiny bit earlier. That would cause the free kick.
Well, that angle, it looks horrendous. We saw it from another angle. It looks as if he got the ball and then follow through was onto the shin of Raya. I think this is harsh for Servant, but I think you might be right, guys. It's a red card for Alexander Servant. Headed away by Lenormand. Gallagher plays it back to Molina. Ball over the top, one for Llorente to chase. He's scored 2 goals this week already. Can he finish here? Llorente's pushed away, comes straight out, and it's into the back of the net from Gallagher. And Atletico Madrid have taken the lead, while Llorente does the trick again in many ways, racing clear. He forced a save from Leo Roman. It came out to Gallagher, and Conor Gallagher puts it into the back of the net, and Atleti, with 10 men, have the lead.
Well, I was about to say that they probably were because of that, because of the pace, and tried to find him as soon as possible. They did find him very quickly, and Gallagher following up.
Mallorca to do, as Geisker was suggesting as well, speed up the passes, make it more difficult. The Maurici header into the back of the net, and they've got the equaliser now. Was he onside? The hands are up at the back, the flag isn't. And Maurici has scored his 4th goal of the season. He now only needs 3 more to match last season's tally of 7. A shake of the head from Simeone. It's Mallorca 1, Atletico Madrid 1.
What a cross from Virgilio. Fantastic, putting the right pace, the right altitude.
And there is the final whistle. Well, guys, both these teams desperately needed a win. Neither side got the win. But in a way, they'll both be relieved, because it also looks at certain moments that they might lose the game.
The MTN Mega Billion promo is here. Dial star 900 hash and recharge 100 naira or more before 5 p.m. and you could be a millionaire. At 7 p.m, all cash prizes will be paid directly into your Momo account. Dial star 900 hash. Start recharging now and stand a chance to win big in the MTN Mega Billion promo.
Vic, about today. If you're missing fairways, you're feeding the fish.
Better stock up there.
Guys got some balls for us.
Oh, sure. Do you bomb it like Bryson? Maybe. Scotty and Rory use these.
Gentlemen, have you tried these?
How about some fairway finders?
That's the one. That's the one I need. That's the one.
Yes. All of this and more under one umbrella.
Every pivotal moment from the world's biggest tours. Follow the legends, rising stars, and unforgettable rivalries. From first tee to final roar. If it's golf, it's on SuperSport.
We aren't kidding.
Tic-tac-toe. Where did they see all this money?
Now walk on. But now bet 24 they run am behind the scene.
You dey whine me?
I go lie for you.
Every step we take is tic-tac-toe.
Bet 24, redefining the game.
Good, tasty food is worth living for. Worried about your oil every time you enjoy your favorite meal? Introducing Smart Balance. Smart Balance rice bran oil is rich in gamma-oryzanol. Several studies suggest that gamma-oryzanol may contribute to the reduction of bad cholesterol. Golden Terra Smart Balance oil. Good food, no worries.
Great things are happening on the BetNaija mobile app. Enjoy betting services on a different level. Access a wide variety of betting options. Bet on your favorite sports with great odds. Win big with our mobile games. Get great bonuses and promos and start winning. Withdraw your winnings with zero stress. Download the Bet9ja app from the Apple App Store and Google Play Store today. Bet9ja, more than a bet.
In our lifetimes again.
Half-time break. I wouldn't be surprised to see Rafinha being taken off just to save him getting a second yellow card. We're seeing some of the younger players, Sergio Torrens, there we see Tony Fernandes, 17-year-old and an 18-year-old. Hansi Flick would love at some stage to get them on. They'd love to be on as well. Marc Bernal is 18 as well. The youngsters are there. The veteran Marc Casado, 22-year-old, is amongst those subs as well. So there's options there. Fermin Lopez, of course, Marcus Rashford, Kubasi, Araujo, the usual regular players. But we're not in that position yet where the game is won. Barcelona are in control. Hansi Flick, but I think Rafinha might be the one that might be replaced.
We'll wait to see who comes out for the second half. On to Getafe fans in the 6,000 capacity Stade Johan Cruyff in Barcelona's training complex. We hope Barcelona, they certainly hope to be in the Camp Nou sooner rather than later as we recap the goals. This ball from Rafinha, spotting the movement of Dani Olmo. Extraordinary. Back heel from Dani Olmo isn't bad either, and a confident finish from Ferran.
When you analyse that goal, the pass from Rafinha encourages the movement of Dani Olmo, but at the same time Dani Olmo is making that run knowing Rafinha's got the quality to find that pass, and as Dani Olmo is making that run, he's aware of the position of Ferran Torres. So I joked about having eyes in the back of the head and having the wing mirrors on, but as Dani Olmo is making that run, he's making his timing to perfection. He's got the technique to have that skill with the back heel after the first touch, knowing he's already seen Ferran Torres. He knows the run, he knows the move. And it was a glorious goal. And there is Rashford.
I haven't spotted Rafinha yet. Let's see if it is the Brazilian Marcus Rashford is replacing. Coming off the back of a big performance in midweek in the Champions League with those 2 goals against Newcastle. Rafinha isn't there, so assuming they're just waiting for Getafe. There is Marcus Rashford coming on to replace Rafinha, who was on a yellow card and was seeing his temper fraying somewhat.
He's got a nice pack on his head in the change room at half time. You know, you see him strap it up on their calf or their thigh, and Rafinha's seen them one wrapped around his head. He was Getafe had that effect. They can have that impact.
Getafe making their way out onto the pitch. You can hear the words cabeza, cabeza. Play with your head. As we're going to see a triple substitution here. Mayoral is off. Camara is coming on. Da Vinci is on, as is Javi Munoz. So, Mario Martin replaced by Javi Munoz. Looks like we'll see who Da Vinci has come on for. The 17-year-old signed from Recreativo Huelva in the third tier of Spanish football. It might be for Abkar. Confirmation of that in just a second as the second half begins. It's Janae who's gone off. So two of the three Getafe players who were on yellow cards have been replaced. Diego Rico will tuck in as the third centre-back and Da Vinci as the left wing-back. There is Camara. A late signing in the transfer window.
The Englishman on loan from Hull, ex-Norwich. Loan spell at Portsmouth, an England under-20 international.
Well, we said Getafe had their best ever start to a league campaign with 3 wins from 4. Just to put that into perspective, it took Getafe to match day 16 last season to record their 3rd win of the campaign, the 9th of December. They came into this match absolutely flying. They have stalled somewhat against the champions. Here is Luis Milla. About Javi Munoz. Javi Munoz, the former Real Madrid man, coming on to replace the on-loan Real Madrid man, Mario Martin. There is a pretty strong Real Madrid presence within the Getafe squad, as there usually is.
I'm just wondering whether Bordalas is considering the game at home against Alaves on Wednesday evening, taking off the players that he's taken off. Important players, Mario Martin, Borma, Herrera and Jene, all playing that game.
There's a chance here for Javi Munoz. Well, he's put it wide, but he struck it cleanly enough. And that was a real chance for Getafe.
Runs from deep, they're on side, it's poor play from Jules Koundé. Barcelona can't afford to be complacent. It is only 2-0, it's not 3 or 4. Just need that little bit of curl on it, our post, didn't it? Which I thought when he was travelling, I thought I had a chance.
Now he's Olmo looking for Rashford, not finding him. Rico intercepting. Too much on the ball from Luis Milla. Over the top looking for Marcus Rashford and finding him. The offside flag is up. Rashford watched there by 17-year-old Da Vinci.
Correct call.
Here is Camara. Here is Milla. crosses, a decent looking one. And this is a bright start to the second half from Getafe.
I accuse Bordelais of maybe giving up on this game and taking some of his important players off to make sure they're fit and fresher for the game he probably thinks is more winnable Wednesday evening at home to Alaves. But the players haven't got that message. They're not showing that type of instruction from Bordelais. They're in the second half, and if Barcelona are complacent, as hard as they worked in the first half, Barcelona, as well as they played, they don't want to throw it away by gifting Getafe a route back into this match.
What they almost did there. Domingos Duarte with a free header, it was just behind him, couldn't generate too much power on it. Here come Barcelona.
Three attempts at goal from Getafe, which was more than we saw in the whole of the first half. A warning sign for Barcelona. Tidy things up, be better in possession.
It's possessed by Apka, told to get to his feet. Here's Pedri. By Gerard Martin, Lewandowski. Side flag was up.
Classic centre-forward player, or classic Lewandowski player, I should say. Not all centre-forwards are capable of reacting in that manner. As the ball goes out wide, yes, it was the correct call. The chest control and how quick he works to shift his feet, adapt, improvise, get the chance away quickly.
Had the stadium announcer announce the official attendance here. Didn't quite catch the figure, but there are a number of empty seats as we see the effort from Domingos Duarte again, where they're not helping, of course.
Financially, it must be desperate for Barcelona. Missing the two home games now, gone with 6,000 people in instead of the near 30,000 there we're trying to get in the Camp Nou, which doesn't go anywhere near the 90,000, is it? Almost 100,000 that they expect one day to fit in the Camp Nou. So financially, this must be, we know what the situation is, it must be hurting them.
Hope to be in the Camp Nou for the next home game next weekend against Real Sociedad. We have been hearing that for a while. Gerard Martin under pressure.
No, well played to Getafe.
They've not given up the ghost here.
No, they
at
haven't.
all.
I joked about 6 players being 30 and over. Some of those have been taken off. Younger players have come on. Abu Caminaro is 22, Da Vinci is 26, Javi Munoz is in that 30-year-old brigade that Bordelais depends on. I think they're out the pitch quicker now than they did in the first half. Barcelona were enjoying the latter stages of the first half when they were cruise control, turning on the style. They're not enjoying this second half performance, and pretty sure Hansi Flick isn't. This game isn't one.
He spoke about just how good that man is at delivering balls into the box. It's in from Luis Milla. Good claim from Jean Garcia. Quick release to Koundé. Rashford sets off. Koundé just took ages. He's dispossessed by Javi Munoz.
They've run the game up, Getafe there. They had a harder working team in the second half. And Koundé had the ball there. The reason he was caught in two minds, it wasn't an abundance of Barcelona players breaking into attacking positions for him to pass to. Getafe players are up and down the pitch. They're doing box to box at the moment. Getting bodies forward, they're getting bodies back to defend as well.
He's De Jong.
He's having enough with the foul, and the youngster Da Vinci kicking the ball away, which is rather confusing when you're losing 2-0.
Olmo to Rashford. Heavy first touch.
Yeah, don't want to get sloppy. They did this against Mallorca in the opening game of the season, and Hansi Flick wasn't pleased. They weren't at their best against Rayo. They probably should have lost that game. An untidy first half against Levante was almost costly. They were impeccable last week against Valencia, and they were in the first half of this match, but...
Here's De Jong. Varane dispossessed. Femenia just about finding Duarte. Barry looking for Camara. Christensen under pressure. Play on, says the referee. Getafe seeing plenty of the ball here.
Yeah, which is a big surprise, to be perfectly honest, and to their credit. Just feel in the second half Barcelona have been untidy in possession. The passing hasn't been as crisp, but the movement that we saw in the first half, which was exceptional, was nowhere near the same level. And when it gets untidy, when you get sloppy, it's a struggle to get that rhythm back again.
Koundé.
It's the third one. It's a standing count at the very least. The referee's going to have to wipe his gloves down, I think. There's 3 knockouts in this match from Abkar.
He was warned in the first half. Into the book he goes.
There's Lewandowski again. It just flicks out a boot, doesn't he, and trips him. I mean, Lewandowski, unless he's twisted something, he's making a meal of it. He's drawing the referee's attention to it, and rightly so. I'm sure he's not hurt, but it's pretty pointless stuff from Abkar. To continue doing that when you got away with it twice.
Marc Casado and Fermin Lopez preparing to come on. Barcelona preparing for this free kick. Marcus Rashford fancies it. Dani Olmo standing there with intent as well. Olmo takes. He hit it well.
Yeah, took off, didn't it?
Really crisp connection from Dani Olmo.
Punch through the ball there. Just drives it straight, goes with the laces. It's moving a little bit. I'm not sure I shared David Soria's confidence that was going over the crossbar.
Off goes Ferran Torres. Excellent night's work. Barcelona's number 7, 2 goals for him. Very warm round of applause. I mean, coming on to replace him. Frankie de Jong off. Casador on. Pedri continues on the pitch. And we saw Femi Lopez and Dani Olmo out on the pitch previously for Barcelona. We have thoughts that, in theory, it's either or, but Fermin can be shifted a little bit onto the left. Here's Milla. Continues his run, Luis Milla. It's a back from Da Vinci. Pedri chipping it forward. Apka. Spraying a ball which Da Vinci will chase and just about get to. No.
It's in question, that. I thought we kept it in. Pedri giving the ball away. Indicative of Barcelona's performance in the second half. And I would imagine those changes on the 60-minute mark normally suggest that they are planned.
Here is Marcus Rashford. The flag has stayed down. Rashford pulls it back. And arriving is Dani Olmo for Barcelona's third. Rashford breaking through, breaking that offside trap, and setting it up for Dani Olmo, who made no mistake. The third for Barcelona, just when we thought Getafe might be finding a way back into this game.
Well, at the very least, Barcelona were untidy, but it's a break, counter-attack. Marcus Rashford is the player with the assist. I was pleased it was a Dani Olmo that came off. He feels a little bit uncertain of his position in the starting 11. If they're taken off after 60 minutes without him really influencing the game, there we see the through ball, there we see the onside run, and it's Casado with the through ball as well, the pass through. Rashford does well because he has to be so patient. He must have made his mind up early. I'm not going to shoot from here. I need a teammate to pass it to. Lewandowski makes the more advanced run towards the near post. That wasn't the right pass. That one was. And Dani Olmo is breaking to get into the penalty box. He's joined there by Fermin Lopez as well. The two of them racing. They're either one or the other. They're both on hands, but it's a lovely finish from Dani Olmo.
Member of the Getafe coaching staff getting sent off. It's the first league goal of the season for Dani Olmo. It's the second assist of the season for Marcus Rashford. And it is the game-killing goal, potentially. Still 25 minutes to go, but a 3-0 lead for Barcelona at home to Getafe, a team who have never won away to Barcelona. It feels like an insurmountable lead now for the visitors.
They're not going to now, are they? They're hard pushed to think they might get a draw, let alone win. And that came about, they were more attack-minded. They were committing more players into the box. One long ball again from Marc Casado into the path of Rashford. The wing-backs had been more advanced in the second half than they were. It's not a flat back five, which we saw for most of the first half. In an attempt to get back in it, they pushed the wing-backs higher, which in turn led to space in behind. And without Barcelona playing well, it was still probable that they were going to find a chance on the break.
"22 times Getafe have played away against Barcelona, 18 wins for Getafe, 4 draws. The last time Getafe didn't lose this fixture was in 2018. It was a 0-0.
That's 18 goals in 6 games in all comps for Barcelona, keeping up the average at 3 goals a game again.
Yes.
Fifth game in La Liga, 5th goal.
Well, if they...
And they're not finished yet, by the way.
They're not.
This one.
It's true.
Game now. If you want to take Barcelona, I would have done. I'd try and shut up shop now. And that little brief attempt at it is probably, I'm not going to say ill-advised, but it is now to continue playing the same way. Give himself a chance, didn't they? Attacks to now probably is what 11 rather than a 3.
He scored 2 goals in the league last season, Barcelona. If they continue at 3 a game, they'll end up with 114 this league to go still.
You see that high? Barcelona's found their way through it quite frequently, to be honest. It's the runs from deep, isn't it? Lewandowski, that's the obvious one. Lewandowski is wise enough to know he just has to keep on. Teammates will run past him. It's been Dani Olmo, it's been Ferran Torres. So ultimately, you have to give credit that it's not just let's turn up, beat Getafe, we've got better players. I thought into this match.
And they've done it without him. 6 goals against Valencia last week without Lamine Yamal. 3 and counting tonight. Plus a meritorious victory in the Champions League away to Newcastle as well. There were suggestions last season that there was a certain level of dependency on Lamine Yamal for creativity. Here is Rashford getting forward and forcing Soria into a decent save at the near post. Pedri to Casado. Well, they kept going last week against Valencia, Barcelona. When they were 3-0 up, they wanted a 4th and their 5th and a 6th. Official attendance 5,711 this evening. As we said, it is not full. But those who have turned up have seen 3 very nice goals from Barcelona and might see more. A foul right on the edge of the penalty area.
Yeah, I'd love to know the process of who gets tickets for this, and it's not full.
Well, you have to apply as a season ticket holder. And there is a ballot for those season ticket holders. You have to have had a season ticket for the last 2 seasons at Montjuic to be eligible. I'm not sure how the Getafe fans got tickets.
Oh, there has to be an allocation, surely, for the away support. I think the attacking mode that Getafe came out in the second half caught Barcelona by surprise.
Yes.
Now, the last 5 to 10 minutes, it's gone back to pretty much what we saw in the first half.
More changes afoot. Corbett Acosta is coming on to replace Adam Barry. That is an attacking change. Corbett, skillful, tricky winger.
Yeah, I think that is a concession to the fact that they want Adam Barry fit for the game on Wednesday.
Munoz will drop a little bit deeper, play alongside Mia.
Yeah, there's no resemblance between the two players. No. Corbett Acosta is an attacking player, a winger. And Barry is the orthodox central midfield player.
Pass finding Fermin. Eric Garcia. A game on match day 1 against Mallorca when Barcelona played against 9 men. They were 2-0 up and really took their foot off the accelerator pedal. They were strolling around the pitch and Hansi Flick was absolutely furious at that performance, which is why we're probably not going to see them do that again this season.
Don't win trophies playing like that in little periods of the season. It's about good habits, playing consistently. Bad habits can creep in on a regular basis if you allow them to. There was a period last season where it was happening for Barcelona, wasn't it? With defeats against Leganes and Las Palmas, if I remember rightly, and it looked like it was all falling apart.
Here is Fermin getting to the byline, keeping the ball in, and he went for goal. And Robert Lewandowski is saying, "What are you doing? I was open here." And I think Fermin got a bit excited.
Well, he does fantastically well, doesn't he? Beats kicker for Menier to get to the touchline, keeps the ball in play. Has a look. It wasn't an obvious pass to Lewandowski or Rashford. There was only 2 players in there.
I think Lewandowski felt it was an obvious pass.
Oh, yeah, he's a professional centre forward. He's going to moan.
Yes. Is Mia.
We saw Araujo warming up, didn't we, Kubasi? Kubasi was a doubt in terms of injury, so there's no...
Didn't train yesterday.
Not likely he's going to be coming on. I wouldn't thought Araujo would come on. They need to change the 2 centre-backs either of them. You might see 1 or 2 of those younger ones. Bernal and Geoffrey Torrens and really... Bardghji.
Here is Rashford. Lewandowski. Given back to Barcelona.
Tony Fernandes is the youngest, isn't he? At 17 that we've seen glimpses of. Looks like Rooney. Bardghji is coming on.
He is.
He's a young player they brought into the club, 19 years of age, from Sweden. From Swedish under-21 international from Copenhagen for just over a couple of €1 million plus add-ons. But he looks like, when we've seen him play, he looks like he's been brought up at the Masia. Looks the perfect fit.
And the ball in is just about saved from Soria. Getafe defenders, not for the first time, were expecting to see an offside flag which didn't go up.
See the clip pass from Fermin Lopez, the run from deep from Dani Olmo. Wasn't able to pull off the acrobatic finish. I thought it was going to be an overhead kick. He lets it go across his shoulder into his partner, just couldn't reach it, and Soria managed to scramble it away.
And there we go, Pedri is going off to be replaced by Rani Bardghji. Second appearance of the season for the young Swede. Had to wait a little while for his registration to come through. Let's see where he will play. Means Fermin will come back into midfield, Rashford on the left, to Bardghji on the right. North out to Da Vinci. In a back cross, but well watched by Gerard Martin. Ball out to release Rashford. Takes on Abkar. Abkar comes out on top.
He could have got that touch as well, couldn't he? Looked like he was passed.
Yeah, had to make that challenge
a clean challenge.
A clean one. Thought we might see Mark better now. We still might at some point. He's had a few minutes this season in his return from injury. It was a really bad break 13 months ago. Bardghji, Lewandowski, it is keep ball now from Barcelona.
And Lewandowski desperate to get amongst the goals, isn't he? We'll try and keep up the pace with Kylian Mbappe.
Yes,
who's leading the way at the moment. And sort of top two last season, probably likely to be the top two this season, despite Lewandowski on a slow start because of missing games through injury.
Scored 2 last week rather. Lewandowski became the oldest Barcelona player to score a brace in La Liga. Bardghji again, wants to get it on his left but goes out into the right from Koundé.
Fermin Lopez now is playing the Pedri role, creative midfielder.
He's already played in 2 positions in the game. He's only been on 15 minutes. He is extremely versatile. Sometimes that can actually not work in your favour. You're shifted around as a player, but here is Koundé.
I think by and large it works in your favour, doesn't it? I think people are Lucas Vázquez Real Madrid playing in different positions. Sergio Roberto, who's previously wore the number 20. Daniel Olmo has taken on, won that for many years by being versatile player in midfield and ended up playing right back. Lucas Vazquez played right back for 5 years or so. He started off as a winger, and squads need those type of players now where they can play in multiple positions. Even Rashford is playing right, he's playing left, he's played up the middle.
Saw the substitution there for Getafe. Alex Sancris coming on. The summer signing from Burgos, forward in his first minutes.
Another one of those signings that they didn't pay money for.
Yes.
Yeah, another free transfer from Burgos on this occasion.
Another player had to wait a long time to be registered as well. There is Bardaji, dispossessed. At one point, Getafe had 6 new signings that they hadn't been able to register. The sale of Cristantus Uche making those registrations possible in terms of financial fair play. Is Fermin running into Abkar. Olmo.
Watching Lewandowski off the ball, he's been bumped into twice on purpose. And he's moaning to the referee, he's holding his back. Abkar did it again, Domingos Duarte did it again. I said he wants to score because he wants to keep up with Kylian Mbappe and not let that gap too big. He's on a mission to score against the two bouncers at the back who've been knocking him about all night as well.
Vinci getting a talking to from the referee, but not a booking. Ronald Araujo is coming on the last 10 minutes or so.
Is that the biggest player that Hansi Flick could put on for this last few minutes? Just to
well, maybe.
Physical.
Does he want to try him out at fullback, at left back? Otherwise, well, let's see. Maybe we'll see Eric Garcia move to fullback.
We've seen Araujo play fullback in the past, haven't we? When he was specifically doing man-to-man marking job on Vinicius, but that was on the right. I'd be amazed if he goes on the left, and there's, I think you're correct, Phil, that Eric Garcia is a player we were just talking about being flexible, is going to be on the left side of defence. That was a Xavi thing, wasn't it? And it worked for a while, didn't it? Araujo was designated to be the player that could stop Vinicius.
And it was also before Jules Koundé was really thought of as the top right back that he's become. Because they signed him from Sevilla as a centre back.
Yeah.
Never really played right back, didn't really want to play right back, and now he's Fermin. Bardaji. Olmo closed down. finds Rashford, who thinks about the shot.
Hanging on in there now, Getafe, and they're hoping it doesn't get any worse. Time is running down. Barcelona still looking to try and add more goals.
Well, this weekend we saw two sides who had made historically good starts to the season come up against the top two, with Espanyol going to the Bernabeu against Real Madrid after their best start to a season in 30 years and losing. Getafe's best ever league start had come to Barcelona. They're very close to losing.
This is week 5. This is Getafe's fourth away game as well.
Yes.
So, you know, they had some refurbishment going on in the Coliseum. Hence their first games being played 3 games away from home. One at home against Oviedo. They play at home against Alaves on Wednesday evening. So it's still a fantastic start for Bordelassen's team. With the troubles with, as you said just a few moments ago, not being able to register the players, it wasn't only Barcelona in that predicament. They have issues. There are other clubs as well, and Getafe were one of those hit worst in the division, to be honest.
It's Femenia. It's Rashford busting a gut to get back and help out defensively. Someone's lost their shoe. I think it's Eric Garcia.
Cheers for Rashford there. Attitude to get back. And the bonus was he knocked over a Getafe player, which the home supporters seemed to enjoy. They haven't been too bad tonight, Getafe, have they? The 3 centre-backs have been at it all night.
Tell that to some of the Barca players.
Mainly Lewandowski.
Rafinha.
He wasn't too badly there, he just lost his temper, Rafinha, didn't he?
Yes. Mia coming away with the ball for Getafe. Femenia dinks it in. They might fall to Da Vinci. It's straight at Jean Garcia. I think the offside flag might have been out.
He's shown promise, hasn't he, Da Vinci? He's got stuck into the action, got in an aggressive style of play. He's joined in, 17 years of age.
As we said, signed from Becretia Huelva. He was playing for their under-16s a couple of years ago, and here he is now. Battling with Bardaji.
You can see why Getafe signed him, can't he, for 650,000. He looks decent, but he's got the attitude, hasn't he?
Here's Bardaji again. Olmo. And it might fall to Lewandowski. Sorry, has come out. The offside flag is out.
It was ricocheting a bit in the penalty box. There is a part of his body that's offside there.
It's a part that you can legally score with as well, so... into the final minutes of the 90. And what has been a relatively comfortable night for Barcelona. The early goal perhaps key, getting the second one as well in that first half. Getafe rallying at the start of the second period, but then the third goal from Barcelona killing off the contest. We'll see how much stoppage time is added on.
Yeah, goal in the opening 15 minutes for Barcelona was key, wasn't it? And then the second one just after the half-hour mark. They haven't cruised through it. It's been a physical, competitive encounter with Getafe, as you'd always expect, win, lose or draw.
3 minutes added on. Barcelona closing the gap on Real Madrid. It is just 2 points after 4 wins and a draw in their opening 5 games for Barcelona. 5 out of 5 for Real Madrid. There is a Clasico on the horizon, although we've got just over a month before that. Here is Marcus Rashford. What a save from Soria to deny Marcus Rashford. It's an instinctive and really strong hand from the Getafe goalkeeper. And Rashford very, very close to a fourth.
In the past, those dribbles and those runs he's had, he's been unselfish, he's been looking for teammates. But I think he's right on that occasion, to be more direct, to be solo, to go on his own and to get the shot away, and he was unlucky there. Madrid derby next week as well. Barcelona will be hoping that they'll be hoping for an Atletico win, I would imagine now, but the way that the season is panning out for Simeone's team. I think they would have probably been hoping for a draw if things had been in normal circumstances. But at the moment, Real Madrid are clearly the direct rivals for the title, even after just playing 5 games.
Atletico Madrid 7 points behind Barcelona. And here's Lewandowski. Can he get his goal tonight? Olmo to Bardaggi. Sonia will collect.
Yeah, that's not how Lewandowski scores his goals these days, is it?
No.
40 yards out, a dribble and a run, unless he strikes from distance, he's got the power, but he'd have been hoping there when he lays the ball off, there's another pass coming in towards him in the penalty box, but Bardaggi went for goal, like Rashford did. Look, straightforward for Barcelona playing in this stadium though, playing league matches. That should be offside.
And there is the full-time whistle. Barcelona with a comprehensive victory. Another one at the Estadio Johan Cruyff. They've beaten Getafe by 3 goals to 0. 2 from Ferran Torres and 1 from Dani Olmo. 3 strikes of high quality from the champions. Some worrying scenes at the end here. Fermin requiring medical assistance. His teammates come across to see how he's doing. Barcelona have picked up an important victory. It's finished. The Estadio Johan Cruyff, Barcelona 3, Getafe 0.
Some players seem to defy the odds. Microsoft AI analyzes millions of data points, including shot angle, defender positioning, and distance from goal, to reveal the exact probability of La Liga's most epic moments. Understand the magic with Beyond Stats, powered by Microsoft Copilot and Lab.
Watch La Liga live on SuperSport. The world's best football. It's on. This broadcast is proudly brought to you by SportyBet. Play with champions.
Fish.
Better stock up there.
Right. That's a balls press.
Oh, sure. Think a vomit like Bryson? Maybe. Scotty and Rory use these.
Gentlemen, have you tried these?
How about some fairway find?
That's the one. That's the one I need. That's the one.